Do you remember the time when a prime minister cried on international television? He cried because he was humiliated on the world stage and he had no idea how he would bring up his country, which was absolutely in poverty. He had no idea how he would even get food into the hands of his people, but that happened. This story is back in 1965 when Malaysia expelled Singapore and the founding prime minister was crying on TV because he said, I have no idea what I'll do. His country had 70% people in poverty. Half of them were illiterate. So what could he do in a country which had no natural resources? Well, he said, we're surrounded by the sea. What we can do is build a port and invite all ships which are going from China to the Western world and just handle bulk cargo for them. And he also reached out to Shell to say, please start an oil refinery here. As a next step, he went ahead and to give employment to his people, he started a project to build 25,000 houses. People not just got employment, they also got houses to live in. As a next step, he decided that because they didn't have money themselves, they needed to attract capital from outside of the country. But he said, I'm not going to give tax breaks, but what I will offer is tax certainty. In fact, so much that Singapore today has the highest political stability in the world. 95% of the cases are resolved in 6 months flat. Which other country do you see it in? Which is why all the companies which operate internationally realized we should set up a base here and start doing arbitration for all our international cases within Singapore, because at least, a judgment will come in and we will have certainty about business. With this, a lot of family offices started setting up funds here because there was 0% capital gains. But it didn't stop there. He started universities, NUS, Nanyang Technological University. So much so that today, if you look at the stats, Malaysia's per capita GDP is just about $13,000, but for Singapore, it's at $90,000. If a prime minister could change the shape of his country despite being humiliated when he was weeping and had no idea, it's a reminder to all of us that when you're at your lowest, the only way you go is up. So if you're failing in business or in finances, remember, wipe your tears. The only way to go is really up from here, and share it with someone who may need it.